Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session on stress, intonation, and sense stress. But before we dive further into our today's material, let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Fauzan, and I will be your instructor for this class. Stress, intonation, and sense stress are essential aspects of spoken English that can greatly enhance your communication skills. So, without further ado, let's dive right in to the first part. Word stress. Word stress refers to the emphasis placed on certain syllables within a word, and it plays a crucial role in conveying meaning and ensuring clear communication. Here are a few key points to remember. But before we get into that, let me describe it through white words. There are a few key points to remember from word stress. The first one, stress patterns. What is actually stress patterns, right? Well, English words typically have one primary stress, which is the syllable that receives the most emphasis. For example, in the word banana, see, you can already listen to it, right? The primary stress falls on the second syllable, banana, banana. Secondly, there are also rules for stress placement. So while stress placement in English word can seem arbitrary, there are some general patterns to follow. For example, in two-syllable nouns and adjective, the stress is usually on the first syllable. For example, brother, 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 or happy, happy. In two-syllable verbs, the stress is typically on the second syllable. For example, recall, recall, begin, begin. Not only that, there is also an impact meaning. Word stress can change the meaning of a word. For instance, record can be either a noun or a verb, depending on whether the stress falls on the first syllable, like record, 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 record as a noun, or the second syllable, record, record as a verb. You can see the difference, right? Secondly, and the second part, sense stress. Sense stress refers to the emphasis placed on certain words within a sentence, and it helps convey the speaker's intended meaning and adds clarity to communication. So considering the following points. The first one, content words versus function words. Content words such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs are the main meaning of the sentence and are typically stressed. In the meantime, function words such as articles, pronouns, and prepositions are generally not stressed. The third one, in terms of highlighting important information, we can know that by stressing content words, we can highlight the most important information in a sentence. For example, in the sentence, I bought a beautiful car yesterday. In this sentence, which parts that we should stress? Okay, let me read for you. I bought a beautiful car yesterday. I bought a beautiful car yesterday. I bought a beautiful car yesterday. So we stress the word bought, beautiful, and also car to emphasize those key details. The next one, contrast and contrastive stress. We can use stress to highlight contrast in meaning. For instance, in the sentence, I didn't say he stole the money. So the stress is actually on say and also stole, which emphasize the denial and shifts the blame to someone else. How to read it? I didn't say he stole the money. See, you can already distinguish the difference, right? Now let's move on to the third part, intonation. Intonation refers to the rise and fall of pitch in spoken language. It adds melody, expression, and nuance to our speech. So here are a few important aspects to consider. The first one, questions. In general, yes or no questions end with a rising intonation pattern, while WH questions have a falling intonation pattern. For example, wait, are you coming? Like, don't you think that it has a rising intonation, right? What about the falling intonation? Where are you going? It seems that it has a falling intonation on the word going, right? The next one, statements. Statements typically have a falling intonation at the end, indicating compilation. However, we can also use rising intonation for statements that imply a question or uncertainty. The last one, in terms of emphasis and attitude. Intonation can convey emotions, attitudes, and emphasis. So a rising intonation may indicate surprise, uncertainty, or a friendly tone, while a falling intonation can convey certainty, authority, or even a serious tone. So, my fellow viewers, understanding stress, intonation, and sense stress is crucial for effective spoken communication. And by mastering these aspects, you can enhance your English fluency, convey meaning accurately, and even engage your listeners more effectively. Remember, practice makes perfect. So I encourage you to actively listen to native speakers and imitate their stress and intonation patterns. Practice speaking aloud because with time and effort, you will gain confidence and mastery in these essential aspects of spoken English. So, thank you so much for all your kind attention, and I wish you success in your journey to become confident and proficient English speakers. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Happy learning!